Hi there, Pokefans. I am your humble host, Fan, and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. And today, we continue on our journey just after we have defeated Roxy and her poison types. And it seems like I've got my timing all wrong over here, because now we are going to do the Pokestar Studios thing, it looks like. So let's see where this goes. First we go into heal. So our Magby and our Growlithe are both on level 14 and the rest of my Pokemon are on 16 and 17 respectively. Granted I only have 4 Pokemon, so I might as well have mentioned them each by name, but that is how things are. Now for us to find out where we want to go next. And here we are, the Pokestar Studios. To some it is an awesome location with great gameplay and nice or decent content. To me, who is just trying to get through the story and get my team together and beat the Elite Four, it is kind of a waste of time. But let's indulge these people. In the real world I would have been able to completely sidestep this whole part of the story, but this is part of a established story, so we have to go through this in order to progress further on. And I do believe that if it was a real world situation and I didn't actually know what it was, I would be quite interested to see what it is. So this Blondie is taking us around, showing us everything we need to know. Or well, not everything, he just takes us directly to the theatre, where we're going to watch a short film, and then we are going to act in the same film, where Price is, not Price, the previous Ice-type gym leader is the main actor or villain. We are just going to replay the same story. In every iteration of the game that I played so far, in which I tried to specialize in something, I have just hired their Pokemon that they provide. Maybe when I do the Ice type and I have the same situation of it, if I play the same game, I must see what happens if I use my own Pokemon. It didn't occur to me until much later, when I watched a YouTube video where the guy actually mentioned it, that perhaps you could use your own Pokemon instead of hiring the Pokemon that is provided. Granted, he also hired the Pokemon that they had on hand and didn't use his own. But I wonder how it will go if you use your own. Bryson Man is the previous gym leader. His name was Bryson, and he was the Ice-type gym leader. I liked his gym. It is kind of a nice layout and a cool puzzle. I like it better than the one I had to do in the previous series, where we had to face that Ice-type gym leader in the Grass-type playthrough in Platinum. The name kind of escapes me now. Maybe because she wasn't as pretty as some of the others. Anyway. Now whether you win or lose this battle is irrelevant. It just goes on and the movie ends. And I don't know if that actually has any influence on the crowd reaction. In the movie airing, it looks like the hero loses. Let's see what the crowd's reaction is. It looks like they are quite concerned. When I do it and I do my movie, I'm going to try and win. Doesn't necessarily mean I will win, but I think there is an attack that Riolo has that might be able to defeat that whatever his name is. On the other hand, you can't really judge other people for their dreams. And maybe it is a good thing that we are helping this father get to terms of what his dreams are and what his responsibilities are. Not everyone has the ability to have their dreams and their responsibilities meet up and become the same thing. I think that is the message that they are trying to convey in this little scenario over here. So maybe I'm a bit too harsh on this element of the gameplay. Good storytelling. Very simplistic movie. I wouldn't watch it. It's kind of boring. But I suppose they took out a lot of the story elements for the game so that you can get on with the game. And they only show the final boss battle. Maybe there's a whole scenario before that, before you get to the boss battle. Do you think it's a mystery kind of story, or just a good guy bad guy fight type of story? Or maybe a scorned lover or something like that? Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have an opinion of what kind of story it is that would end up in that final boss battle. Now, if Pokemon had voiceover and we didn't have to read all this much, a lot more of the story would be able to be conveyed without us having to resort to reading a whole novel. But I suppose that is 20 years in the future. Maybe when we get to series 25 or something, then we might have a voice-over kind of game. So let's go do our own version of the movie. All we need to do is talk to that one staff member over there. What over there means, I don't know. Maybe it's a blonde. Maybe all of the people that work here are all blonde. So I knew I had the option of either using a party Pokemon or a hired Pokemon. And I think the reason I chose a hired Pokemon is that I wasn't confident that my team could deal with both of the enemy Pokemon in this series. But looking back at it, it would have been no trouble at all. I mean, even Magby would have been able to deal with this Pawniard, and maybe with Mandibuzz as well. Or Vullaby, not Mandibuzz, Vullaby. Looks like this is kind of a villain versus hero battle. But that in and of itself requires a whole story to get to this point. And as I said, the Ice Punch would probably be the way to go with this Vullaby. Even though if this Vullaby did his flying type attack first, it would have defeated me instead of the other way around because it outsped my Riolo. Yeah, I think Growlithe or any of my Pokemon would have been just fine in this scenario. That was a completely missed opportunity to have my Pokemon in the film, in the movie. Yeah. Anyway, let's go on. I think we have to go and watch the movie first. So they have released me and I can go and watch the movie if I want, but I think I want to just go on. Who is this guy? There's another Starfer, I think. Classic problem. Girls are always taking like 5 years to put on some makeup. Anyway, let's go. Continue with our journey. We need to get to the next town so that we can get our next badge. And technically we are at an advantage for the next badge, but this bug type trainer turns out to be quite difficult to deal with for some reason. But first we are going to complete this little quest over here. We have to get the workers or the construction workers in here to actually complete their work. So they are lazing about a bit, not working to their full capacity because they are a bit bored, and I have to kind of entertain them a little bit with a battle, and maybe that'll energize them enough to complete their work. Maybe they are stressed out a bit and can't focus on their work. So we are doing that now. Two on 4 battle. Magby versus Growlithe. Classic. Okay, so it looks like I wanted to switch out into my Fletchinder. You saw that, it's called Fletchinder. And let's see what kind of attack I can use against it. Aerial Ace looks like a nice attack. It goes for Smog. We almost took it out in one hit, but it's just not strong enough. Fletchinder grows to level 17. Wants to learn Dragon Rage, but Dragon Rage is kind of useless for us at the moment. I think Magby might be quite good against this coughing. Maybe I'm just trying to gain some experience for my Magby. I don't think it will kill my Magby unless it explodes or self-destructs, and it looks like I was correct. It was a fairly safe bet. Don't know if coughing knows self-destruct or explode at that level. Although the game has cheated before in the past. That is Thief. Don't think I'll be using Thief. Now, walking on these supports is quite difficult, and it's easy to fall off and having to do everything all over again. Luckily, since this is a game, we don't actually suffer any injury when we fall down there. This ought to be fairly easy, I hope. Our Ember doesn't take it out in one hit. I didn't really expect it to, because only fighting type attacks are super effective against normal types. And luckily we didn't get annihilated by some sort of Hyper Fang or Super Fang or any of those crazy attacks. Elekid is kind of giving us a little bit of trouble, but it also shouldn't be able to take us out in a single hit. Luckily we don't get paralyzed, and we take it out. Later on I will start looking at my Pokemon's natures and deciding which kind of attacks to give them with TMs and HMs that best suits their stats. Like if it's a physical attacker or a special attacker, I will give them attacks according to that. And since my Fletchinder is kind of cheated in, he is one of the only ones I will actively manipulate, because it needs to be a general attacker. It must be special and physical, because it's going to have to learn Fly. He will be our flying Pokemon. Or she, I can't remember if it's male or female. It's probably male. And Since Fly is a physical attack, Talonflame needs to be a physical attacker, but Flamethrower is a very awesome attack, so it needs to do decent damage with special attack as well. Which means I'll need to be able to outspeed in order to do damage, or a decent amount of damage, so that I am able to succeed in that endeavor. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and have a good day. Thank you and goodbye.